Greetings Assassins, Wayne here and welcome to another video. Assassin's Creed Syndicate is just around a month away, so I thought it'd be a good idea to go back and take a little relook at Assassin's Creed Unity. A retrospective of what the game was like at launch, and then a bit of a second take and a re-evaluation of the game after 1 year, the subsequent patches and so on. To kick things off, let's talk about the biggest problem Assassin's Creed Unity faced at launch, and that was the performance. As we all know, it can't be argued and it can't be denied. Assassin's Creed Unity faced major optimization issues in frame rate and pop-in, and then there were extra reports of crashes and falling through the map and faceless character model bugs and so on. Ubisoft committed into patching this within like the first month or so in four patches. And with those 4 patches in place, you can definitely see an improvement. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a lot better than what it was at launch. The city of Paris still looks great, and the detail within some of the architecture is absolutely astonishing. Like the way they built Notre Dame is beautiful, it's beautifully detailed, and I still enjoy climbing that. And sometimes it's just great to walk around the city, be one in the crowd and see the bustling nature of the world, and I still find it quite entertaining when I find a unique NPC who's carrying a crucifix, or an executioner, or a group of guys carrying another guy, whether he's dead or drunk or whatever, through the city and just following them. It feels alive and it's still highly entertaining. With that in mind, I think it's worth going back and replaying the main story if you haven't done so, to really reap the benefits of these performance fixes and crashes, because at the end of the day the story is really good. I personally really enjoy it. I think Arno as a character is really interesting. I love his conflict between love and loyalty between Elise and the assassins, and then when you look deeper you can definitely see that the damaged psyche of the character, because at the end of the day he's lost 2 fathers. He lost his biological father and then he lost his surrogate father, and you can really see the damaged core of Arno as you look deeper into that story and as you play through it. In addition to the main story, it's good to go back and play the murder mysteries as well, because they were really good. In my opinion, they were probably the best addition in Assassin's Creed Unity. It was a great system, the idea of like you examine the crime scenes and gather the evidence, and then you have the suspects, and if you get it wrong you get penalised. I really do enjoy the murder mysteries, and going back and replaying those after a while, they feel pretty fresh, because it's kind of hard to remember who did it and all the clues that go into it, so that offers a bit of replayability as well. And to be fair, unless it's the main story or those murder mysteries, there isn't really that much replayability in Unity. Originally, co-op offered a lot of fun to play with friends, but after a while those few missions got a little bit stale despite some of the changes that are brought into the levels in terms of guards and placements. And then you've got the technical issues on top, which still plague Unity. I mean, if you try and play co-op with 3 to 4 players, all of you from all over the world, you can guarantee there will be lag, latency, and frame rate drops and pop-in, to the point where you'll get smacked around and killed by invisible guards hitting you because they're just not registering on your screen. Sticking with story, you could always also go back and play Dead Kings as well. That's still a lot of fun to play. However, overall, in my opinion, I think Dead Kings is probably one of the weaker Assassin's Creed DLC campaigns that have been done, simply because it was fun, but it could have had so much more going for it. It had so much potential to be a really good story. Watching Arno rise above his own personal trauma with the death of Elise and begin to think about what he means to Paris and what he means to the world and what impact he can make upon it, being an assassin and doing what is right. And then you've got Arno's conflict with Napoleon, which is hinted and teased with disdainful looks that Arno gives Napoleon, but it's never addressed, it's never explored, and it never comes to a conclusion, and that's unfortunate. It would have been great to see these two battle. You know something happened between them, and it's just never explained. I know I'm giving Dead King's story a bit of grief, but what story there is still enjoyable. It's still great to see Arno go through that transformation. I just think they could have done a lot more with it and gone a little bit deeper with it at the end of the day. You've also got the new map, which I think's great. It's a different tone and a different feel and a different design. And then you've got the additional weapons and the new enemy types on top. So yeah, even though I have my own personal thoughts on Dead Kings, it's still great to go back and play with and mess around with as well. Final thoughts and conclusions. I mean, Assassin's Creed Unity these days is still a decent game. It's not by any means the best in the series, and if you've still got it, it's always good to go back and replay it because of the patches, and it's always good to replay the story and mess around with the black box assassination missions. But if you haven't played it, you can give it a miss if you want, and then you can just catch up on any story relevant stuff by watching YouTube videos or reading up on AC Wiki. But if you can pick it up cheap, I would recommend doing so and, you know, whizzing through that story and doing some of the murder mystery missions and kind of set yourself up and prep yourself for what you can expect in Assassin's Creed Syndicate as far as some of the gameplay and the mechanics are concerned. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have you replayed Unity recently? Does it feel better? Do the patches help? Or are you just happy to never touch the game again? Let me know in the comments below. I really do want to know. Anyway, until the next one, take care and be safe. Love you all, Assassins. Went out. Peace.